Hi, I'm Kristen Maldonado from Pop Culture Planet. How are you doing, Diego? It's so great to meet you.
Kristen, it's great to meet you too. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm so excited to talk to you about this movie because it was so much fun. So I'm having the best day ever.
Ah, it makes my day. Thank you.
So, I got to start out with what drew you to this rom-com, and I want to hear about your experience filming in Mexico because I got engaged there. I know it's a beautiful romantic place, so I want to hear what it was like for you filming there.
This was a very special project because it's the first project I produced under my production company, Three Amigos. So, and we started developing this back in 2018. We wanted, we saw a big opportunity because A, we love rom-coms, but B, we haven't seen a rom-com, a Hollywood rom-com shot in Mexico City or in Mexico. And cities and rom-coms, I feel play, they're like characters. You see Midnight in Paris and you want to go to Paris. You see The Holiday, you want to go to LA or London. Um, and that's what we wanted to, create with this. We wanted it to feel like a classic 90s rom-com. Jonah, our director, Jonah Feingold, and brought this magical realism kind of like fantasy to it, which made it so fresh and, different, and a great team of producers. We partnered up with Fred Berger, who's the producer of La La Land, Michelle Franco, who's an incredible Mexican filmmaker who's won Cannes many times and directed me in Nuevo Orden, which won the Venice Film Festival in 2020. So it was almost like having the best of Mexico with the best of Hollywood.
You could really see some of those, those magical realism kind of meta moments. First of all, it being produced by Paramount, and the movie that you're making is also being produced by Paramount.
Yeah.
Some of those scenes that go from the movies you're watching into the characters we're following, kind of showing life isn't a movie, but maybe it can be. So I'd love to hear about the creative process with those scenes.
That's exactly right. One of the things you reminded me that one of the things we really cared about is life a movie? What does it mean to romanticize life, to see life as a film? There's a great Hannah Montana song called "If We Were a Movie" that's all about their dynamic. The idea is that it's up to you. It's up to you to decide. The making of stuff. I wanted to try to. There's been wonderful movies that have won Oscars about the making of movies, and we wanted to have our own little language. And so I think ours is very character driven. It's not these massive sets. It's more character moments on set. And it kind of shows you the guy in the green suit and, the blending of the worlds. I think that's what ours perhaps does a bit differently. And I really had a fun time doing that. We got to homage movies like Day for Night, which is a Francis Truffaut film about the making of his French movie, but that's the movie is about that. And that's where that sort of wonder came from, where she's on set. The crew in the movie is our actual crew in the fake scenes for the movie. So it was all wonderful little production.
That's amazing. That's so much fun. And, like you said, you're filming essentially two movies in one.
Yeah.
So what was like one of your favorite or even more challenging moments while on set?
Two challenging moments. The first was talking about the movie within the movie. We are in a cenote, which is an underground body of water formed by a meteor, meteors that once crashed on Earth. And there's no cell service with all the trucks are like stuck in mud. And it's me, the camera, Monica, my wonderful cinematographer, Chuy Chavez, and a bunch of bats over our head. And Monica has a very important moment here. She needs to cry, and, we're all, she's doing a great job. And it's like, but there's this water and cameras and gear, and it just starts to thunderstorm everywhere. And you kind of just have to laugh. The second moment is during the Mexico City sequence, where I am not that great at speaking Spanish. I grew up very dyslexic and it was hard to learn a language, but this wonderful sequence with the family, Diego's character's family. And I was really intimidated because I couldn't speak Spanish that great. And I had these wonderful actors. And ultimately it all worked out, but it was the most intimidating scene to shoot just because I didn't quite know how it was going to work. But then you realize that you can just feel it. Like you can just feel the energy between actors, and like that's how you know the take's good or not. And so I'm really happy with the way that sequence turned out as well.
I want to talk a little bit more about your production company because I think what you're doing is amazing. And I'd just love to hear more about the goals you have for it. I know, obviously, you produce this film. You're working on so many other projects, both behind the scenes, on screen.
My goal is to be the best version of me that I can be. It all started with Luis Miguel, which was the first project that I produced. Then Michel Franco invited me to produce Nuevo Orden with him, which was the first movie that I produced. And then I started my own production company with my sister. It was at JP Morgan. And I was like, come over here. And then my manager was one of my best friends, and we started it together. And, you know, right now we're working on a lot of projects. This was the first project that we ever developed and the first project that we shot, which made it extra special, you know. And now there's a lot of different things that we're working on, you know, miniseries, series, movies, podcasts. And I just want to work with the best people. You know, I just want to work with the best filmmakers, the best producers, and, you know, have it be a learning experience and have it be a challenge.
So many of the projects you mentioned, you know, feature these incredible Latino casts. And, you know, I feel like that's something that we don't always get to see. So I just want to like give you a kudos to that, because it's so inspiring to be able to see that so many different versions of us being represented.
That's, to me, the most important. You know, I'm from Mexico City. I'm so proud of being Mexican, and I want to show Mexico in a good light. You see a lot of stories about narcos and drug lords, and, you know, that's a sad reality, but it's not everything our country has to offer. And as Latinos, you know, seeing what, you know, artists like Bad Bunny are doing and J Balvin, it's amazing. And there's so many different cultures within the Latino community. It's not just one, which is, you know, something in Father of the Bride, which was a movie that I did that came out, you know, this past summer, showcase that. You know, you have a Cuban family marrying a, you know, Mexican guy, and showing all the different cultures. Just because we speak Spanish, it doesn't make us the same. We share the language, but, you know, the foods are different, the cultures are different, the music is different. And I think it's important for the world to see that.
Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations. This was so much fun. So thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. Great talking to you.
Consider subscribing if you like my videos, and if you want to talk more TV and movies with me outside of the comments section, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/kmaldo. If you like this one, you can check out more of my videos right over here. See ya!